How's it going, guys? Alex here. Welcome back to another Dokkan Battle video, and in today's Distortion of Time video, this is the release, these units were released with the INT Ultimate Gohan Banner, and very interesting pair of units. Gohan, unfortunately, has kind of fallen off since his release, but he is still a pretty decent unit on your monitor in team, especially if you give him Orb Investment, because he gets the biggest increases out of the ability system, which is something that I may actually invest in the future. He's currently at Super Attack 1, who knows, maybe in the future I will be able to get him to Super Attack 10, and maybe max him out in the potential system, because he does have a Kaioken type passive, of course, or Super Attack mechanic, I should say, where with every super attack, his attack gets higher and higher, which means that he essentially has unlimited potential in a way, because it doesn't really have a cap, and you can legit just keep on going forever. But the thing about that is that if you have LR Gohan, it doesn't really matter too much, because he should be able to get through events without too many problems anyway. But yeah, hope you guys are having a great day as always, and if you do enjoy today's video, consider leaving a like and subscribing if you are new. And of course, the other units that were released are STR Gotenks, who is going to be our lead actually, because it gives free key to all types when HP is 50% or above, so that restriction may be a bit of a problem, but I'm going to try my very best to maintain it. Of course, Gohan does give the free key and attack to in types. You have the Goku, who gives a 60% HP and defensive boost to tech types, causes supreme damage. He's just basically there to be a hard hitter. And his passive is very interesting. It activates when he's the third unit in the rotation. You have Gotenks, Super Attack 10, Seal Super Attacks. That is definitely going to be useful. And he has a unique type passive. And then you have Evil Boo, who decreases in-type enemy attack by 25%, and this normally would be a pretty good leader skill, and it's a shame that they didn't go down this route in terms of leader skills, because this game is very leader skill reliant. The next unit that is, well, the majority of the time, the biggest units to be released are either going to change the leader skills and how they work, or just, you know, are going to be giving bigger increases. But it's a shame that you can't run a variety of leads like this because of just how overpowered the leads currently are. But he does lower all enemies' attack by 10%, and he has a decent link set, of course. And then, of course, I just put this guy in there as a placeholder because the other unit on this banner was Physical Kid Buu and Full Power Frieza. But the thing is, they weren't released with these particular units. They were just on there, so I just decided to throw the Fat Tex on there just because he was in the same arc as the majority of these other units. So let's go ahead and take on INT Ultimate Gohan, of course. Would make sense to take on his own event, and it's very convenient that it's actually his day. So, and shout out to Lati, guys, by the way, for adding me as a friend. This is the squad. Going to have that tight disadvantage with the Tech Angel Goku, but it should go well for the most part. And I was initially going to run a Gohan lead, but I think it's way more beneficial just to run Gotenks because of the key boost, and getting super attacks off consistently is going to be very important. Granted, he does have that restriction, but I think we should be able to maintain that. Oh, no. Legit gave it to the wrong person. Just anyone but Goku, because he already gets a key boost when he super attacks, or when he's in that third slot, which is where he is going to be the majority of the time. And giving key to Gohan isn't exactly too bad, but again, like the Goku, he is self-sufficient, so it doesn't matter too much. But this is where things get interesting, because so I'm actually going to separate them. I want to make sure that I don't have a type disadvantage here, because I'm trying to keep as much health as I can, and because I haven't taken this event in such a long time, it's hard to tell how much damage you're going to take at each stage, so I'm going to have to be a bit more careful with some of the placement, and that minus 10% should make a bit of a difference. I'm hoping I don't get super attacks. If I do get super attacks, I think I will be able to survive, but we shall see. 45k, there we go, so no super attack there. Oh dear. So we have another Gotenks, of course. Fuse Fighter Link. Gonna grab this. I am gonna go ahead and use a healing item just in case. Unfortunately, no super attack with Gotenks, but of course, when you keep that STR Gotenks in the first slot, he gets an attack boost, and I think I'm fine. 36k, so it just shows you how much of a difference it is between now and the old meta, because you legit had like next to no health in the old meta, and to be fair, it wasn't too bad because the bosses didn't exactly hit too hard, and you did have to utilize a bit more of your items, but it was tough. It definitely was tough. He should be able to super attack with this, but you see, like straight away, I've already used 2 of my healing items. And once we get onto that Ultimate Gohan stage, that is where we are going to enter a lot of trouble, basically. We are going to meet a lot of trouble for sure. And it's going to be a bit harder because this man is only at Super Attack 1. We should be able to take him out here. And of course, to be fair, now he is going to be getting stronger with every single Super Attack, so it's not too bad. But when it comes to survival, that is where we may struggle a bit. Okay. No Super Attack with him, unfortunately. Will I be able to set up a Super Attack for Gotenks, though? I think I should keep him around because he can seal. But it just sucks that... Yeah, no Super Attack there. Would have been so helpful. And... I don't think I'm going to get a Super Attack with him. Wait, no. What about this? Can I seal? I can seal. And we have a type advantage as well. So I'm hoping that he doesn't Super Attack me in his first slot. He didn't. So we're going to take a decent amount of damage from each attack. But the most important thing is that we are sealing him up. And of course we have to get the two margins together just to do a bit more damage. And granted, the majority of these units are awakened. And I know that some of you prefer that I use it on awakened versions. But I think I should give myself a bit of a chance to actually take out the event. Granted, the purpose of these videos is to just show them off and not necessarily to take the events out. But it would be nice if we can. To give it a try at the very least. And, okay, this Fat Tanks at the end may actually do a decent amount of damage here. Unfortunately, no attack for STR Gotenks. And here comes Ultimate Gohan. His attack increasing for every single super attack, so not complaining. And why does the other Ultimate Gohan look super small? Is that a bug? Because he legit looks super small. Okay, he looked fine there. But in comparison to my Ultimate Gohan, he was, like, super small. Okay, this is actually not too bad. Still no super attack with him. But the Goku is going to super attack. Do I use the healing item here? I don't think he's sealed, which is... I'm going to take the risk here. Because I do need to be a bit more careful with how I use my items, especially my healing items. So I took the risk there. I think it's worth it because I'm going to go ahead and use an Usher next turn. And I don't really have much of a choice. I could potentially avoid using an Usher if the right... Yeah, I don't think I can avoid it here. I am going to go ahead and use an Usher. And I have to try to get the two boosts together, which is something that is not working out at the moment. Let's see. Let's grab these. I'm hoping we're going to be close to taking him out. And if we don't take him out here, maybe next turn. And of course, the Dokkan Nita is almost there. Are we going to take out the INT stage? That is a completely different story, but so far it's going to... Just look at the size of the sprite! He is legit a midget. But this is going to be a bit of a problem, because we legit, like, did next to no damage here. I think this may be enough, because keep in mind he is a nuker. Let's have a look. 12 key, or 12% attack boost per orb obtained. But the problem is, I don't think it's going to be enough. I'm going to heal up here. I think we're going to be fine, because we're going to take it. I mean, we're going to take a bit of damage in return. But I think that we should take him out here. If we take him out here, you know, it's perfectly fine. I mean, we still have all our health. Yeah, definitely was worth using that healing item, because we would have died. That is actually kind of annoying, though. Maybe Gotenks in the first slot maybe would have been better. Of course, he does not attack during his first rotation. This is how hard Dokkan events were. They legit didn't attack for the first few turns because of how hard they were. Please don't give me... Oh, okay, that was a close one. Okay, now, the problem is we have to try to get the two beats together, so I may have to avoid super attacking, but his attack stat is over 100k now. If he was at super attack 10, it would be significantly higher, but yeah, just look at that damage. Without the boost, it's definitely going to be a bit tougher here. I'm going to have to try to get them together, like I said. Is he going to do enough damage without the link? I'm not too certain. I'll try, of course, because we are going to see with a super attack here. I'm actually going to go ahead and use an Usher just to ensure that he is going to be sealed. I think it's best that we try to get as many super attacks in as possible. Get the two boosts together. Of course, try to get as many super attacks off with Ultimate Gohan as we can, just to keep raising that, you know, the level of his attack. But I'm hoping that this does a decent amount, and the link is active. or the passive rather, one of the two. I think it's a Link as well. Wall standing tall. Is this going to do a decent amount of damage though? Yeah, Special Link is active, or apparently it's active. 92k. You know what? I will take it. I will take it. You know what? As long as we can take out 1 bar of health, it's a win in my book. It's definitely a win there. Okay, we're doing okay. It's actually crazy how tough this event is, even to this day. Kind of. Let's go with this. So everyone seems to be super attacking here, which is great. 3. Okay, that's a super attack as well. If I don't mess this up, that is indeed still a super attack. I'm going to go ahead and use an Icarus. Of course, he is still sealed, so it's not too bad. That is a super attack. It is. So, this man's attack stat should be at around 120k. It is. And I don't know how, but with the Icarus active, with the damage reduction from the boost passive, I'm still taking that much damage. 17k, that is still a lot of damage. Okay, I mean, he is going to take less because of type advantage and such, but we did take way more than I thought I would, to be perfectly honest. And he isn't sealed at the moment. I'm going to, like, I legit have no choice but to heal up here. I'm going to have to go with this. So, no super attack here, which sucks big time. I don't think that Goku is going to super attack either. We are legit in a bad situation. I believe that Icarus is still active. Did I even play the Icarus? Because it's not showing up on Gohan's bar. Or has it already, like, worn out? I swear, if he attacks Gotenks, or super attacks Gotenks, I should say. Am I dead? I think I'm dead. Yeah, died. Well, that was definitely, pardon me, that was definitely interesting. And that event in particular is just way harder because of his defense. And of course, the units that do more damage to him are the Boo units, and because we couldn't get them together the majority of the time, just because if we did keep them together, it would kind of screw up the rotations, and it would just make it a lot harder to get past some of the earlier stages. It did kind of screw us over there, and I just realized that you have that in Super Saiyan Gohan in the background, but he isn't even in the event, so I don't know if that was a mistake or not, or just something that they didn't bother to fix in the past. But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. As always, unfortunately, we did not manage to beat the event, but it's still a lot of fun to use that particular team, and it still shows you guys how tough some of the events were back in the day when you had to use particular units. Of course, if you had Kid Buu and Full Power Freezer, it would have been a lot easier. But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. Hope you guys have a great day as always, and I will see you all in the next one.